Hey, business owners, very happy to have with me Owais Shaheen. Owais is the principal solicitor with Shaheen Legal. Shaheen Legal, for those who haven't worked with them, are specialists when it comes to TPD insurance. Now, this is when it comes to total and permanent disability claims. As you know, these times are really trying times for employees. There are lots of injuries around, lots of people sick, and lots of people also losing jobs. Always big welcome to you and welcome to this discussion. I'd really like you to tell us how your customers are feeling during these times and how they are impacted during these times.
Hey Dinesh, thank you for taking me on in this interview. A big thank you to you and your team as well. And thank you for the great introduction. I really appreciate that. During the coronavirus, the whole pandemic, as you can see from my attire, I'm not even dressed up in a suit. So a lot of people working from home, a lot of people working in isolation. We work with specifically clients who have disability who cannot go back to work. So their biggest concern at the moment is if they have a claim in process, how long would it take now to get it settled? What would the insurance decision would be? Because a lot of businesses are working with limited staff at the moment. So there's just a build of frustration and anxiety with the procedure, with the time at the moment. And the other thing we've been getting with clients as well, that the matters that might get litigated, that might go to court, they're just not sure where would that stand because courts are right now closed and everything is being processed online. So there are some concerns within the community at the moment when it comes to making TPD claims, but rest assured we're working on it and trying to keep them as calm as possible.
Fantastic. Always, with all these coronavirus issues people are facing, and as you said, courts are closed and people are concerned about that. Having said that, are there lots of people who've had issues not just during this coronavirus period, but before that, who have gone to lawyers and who've tried to get claims with insurance companies who failed and who've been frustrated by this process? Is that a fair question? Are there a big audience out there who have had these issues?
Yeah, definitely there's been many issues, but let me ask you this, or the viewers who are going to watch this. Have you ever tried to, if you had insurance, whether it's general insurance, whether it's for your car, for your health, or anything, you've been paying premiums, but when it's time to make a claim for your insurance, how helpful has the insurance company been? Look, the chances are most likely not much helpful at all. And that's what most of our clients faced when they deal with life insurers. Is they might make a claim, they don't get response quickly, they might get their claims rejected or refused with just reviewing limited information. We just had a client recently who went to a law firm before accepting claim on us. And he basically had limited information. It was backdated from the year 99, 2000. The law practice couldn't help them much. The insurance wasn't helping much. But look, we took it on and we knew exactly what documents to look for, which policies to look for, who to get in contact with, who will be dealing with the case. And that just helped fast process it. But generally, dealing with insurance, it's never an easy job.
That's amazing. So this client of yours had really reached out to insurance companies and had not had success. And then they had reached out to even other lawyers and hadn't got any success. And then they came to you, and because you guys are specialists in this field, you were able to really fast track it. Now, is this very common in your industry always?
Yeah, look, it is a common thing. So there's two things you touched on. So a lot of people, they make a claim by themselves and there's nothing stopping them. But unfortunately, insurance sees that as an advantage to refuse it or don't ask them for the question they should. The other issue is clients go to a lot of different law firms. There's a lot of law firms that practice in all areas or they're not specific. So they don't know exactly what to look for. With this client, so the insurer basically said, you never had insurance with us. And then when they seeked advice from the other law practice, they tried finding out from the insurance and according to them, this client of ours did not have any insurance or policy in place back in 2000. But then when he met us, we knew exactly what questions to ask for, what documents to look for, as I said. And we first discovered, yes, the person did have insurance. We got insurance company to confirm he did have cover. And then it was just a matter of providing that whether he meets the definition for life insurance or not.
So that is amazing. So the client went from being told you don't have insurance to be then told, yes, you do have insurance. And this is all to do with because you guys are specialists in TPD, and that's what you really do as a business. But as opposed to a general legal practice, they have to deal with so many different other aspects of law, and sometimes when it comes to these specialities, they may miss out one or two points that can really cost the client, in this case, a lot of money.
Yeah, look, absolutely true. I think the reason we're focusing our focus on TPD at the moment is we know this is where we can really help people that come to us. We're not opening up a general practice because we know we can't help everybody with every area of law. We want to help people with the area we know best, and that is TPD. So that's why I think it's quite important for whoever is either trying to make a claim on their own or go speak to a solicitor, is just to work out how would this person be able to help them, or what's the end goal, how would they achieve that. And look, we title ourselves as a TPD law firm. So quite a few of our matters strictly deals with TPD matters. So we know exactly what we're doing.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Always, these are really difficult times for people.
Yeah.
It's hard to pay their rent and their bills. And if they have had such issues, here's an opportunity for you to, reach out to Owais and his team, who are really specialists here. And that's the main reason I wanted to interview Owais today. Owais, thank you very much for that. I also want to go through your website, because I know you're very keen to make sure, you represented your business and your business was represented online in the most professional manner, so that businesses, people reaching out to practices like yours, know exactly what they're getting. The information is really well presented. And I was very impressed when I saw your business. No doubt, of course, you're a client of NetStripes, and we worked very closely with you to achieve those outcomes. But we can't achieve those outcomes without the help of the client and the client and us working in partnership. This is Shaheen Legal website. That's shaheen.com.au. As you can see, it's TPD insurance claims successfully and stress-free. Again, these guys are award-winning specialists in their field, and your first consultation is free of charge, as you can see here in the front page. And as you can see, our experts will help you fight and win your claim against large insurance companies. And this is what a lot of us have to do. When we have a claim, typically our experience is not the best. And so Owais and his team are specialists in helping us. And here it tells us why you should work with their team. Of course, it's no win, no fees, but also more importantly, they have a 98% success rate. As you can see, they have over 10 years of legal experience, but specific experience when it comes to working on TPD, but also having worked inside the large insurance companies. So these are lots of reasons why Owais and his team gets the right results for their customers. Again, as their services, you can see they're really clearly represented. You can go and read them. Their awards and their accreditations are very clearly spelled out. So, there's instant trust, as you can see, as you come here. And here are some tips. You can download this. It's free of charge to download. And again, it's all about educating the client on the best outcomes for them. Again, as you can see here, clients are lots of information about other customers who had great experiences with Owais and his team, with Shaheen Legal. What I noticed again with Owais is that, or Shaheen Legal, is there's lots of information in their blogs. There are a lot of blogs that they write, and these are written continuously. They're written understanding the customer with great empathy to their customer, because these guys really understand their customers. They know them. They have an intimate understanding of the pains and the issues you face as a customer. And to get in touch is very easy. Name and email address, and what if you have a little note, tell them that message as well. So a beautiful website. Always, again, congratulations. But by the way, I want to show one more thing. I spoke about their blogs. If you come here, you click on the blogs. There's lots of free information under this area about super consideration, considering early access to superannuation during COVID-19. There's $10,000, as you know, people can get. Here's something you need to know. Find out how, if you're eligible for TPD income protection or death cover during coronavirus. So there's our videos, and so lots of very interesting articles. I'm going to stop sharing now. Always, congratulations on all the hard work you and your team are doing in writing this content for your customers. How much effort does it take for you to create this content?
Yeah, look, I just want to add something to what you were showing with the website and the content and with the whole imagery of it. So as you said, we took assistance from NetStripes last year in August, and look, the whole perception of our website and the branding and the images, it's all thanks to them. I think Dinesh is not taking enough credit for it. So their team's done a really good job in terms of putting a website together, positioning our company and branding for us. And even when it came to content, we always had a bit of a chat with NetStripe just to confirm what content should be correct at this stage. And the main goal is right now is to give out information to people about TPD and it's how it's related to the ongoing daily changes right now due to coronavirus. And we've noticed there might be some news out there. They might make a generic statement, but it doesn't go into detail explaining how someone can get affected by it. And our goal is someone's looking for what the changes might occur, how would they get affected due to the coronavirus, would they have a claim or not? It's just to keep them up to date, and so they know exactly what to do if required, even if they don't need a lawyer's help, whether what to do on their own. It's just our goal is just to provide quality information out there so people are aware exactly what to do, what they need to do. Look, and as I said before, part of our strategy to do that, part of our goal is to do that, and NetStripe's been immensely helpful, just telling us how to exactly do that so more and more people get aware of what we're trying to provide.
You always really appreciate your feedback there, and no doubt the team at NetStripe will be delighted to hear your kind comments. I know for a fact, having this digital infrastructure is so important for any business, any small and medium business, because today the face of your business, especially during these times when we have lockdown, is your digital infrastructure and your online presence. And in your case, it looks $1 million. It looks credible. It looks absolutely, as we know, to succeed online, you need to have the right digital strategy, but your brand presence must create instant trust and credibility, as we know, right? And I got to say, when anybody comes to you, your business, that trust and credibility is there. So, however, as I said, there's a lot of work. It is teamwork where we work with a customer to achieve that outcome. We couldn't do that alone, and you and your team, have put in a lot of effort. So, congratulations for that. I want to touch on couple of points, talking about how you built this digital infrastructure. One of the first steps you did was you attended a 2-day digital boot camp that we ran. And my first question to anyone who comes to those sessions are, because when you're running a small business or a small or medium-sized business, time is your biggest issue, especially when you're running a legal practice. You're paid for the work you do, paid for your consultations. How difficult was that decision to take 2 days off your business and come for it?
Yeah, look, it can be challenging, managing time, of course. But when we as a owner of this law practice, I understand the importance of having a digital presence. And just how we advise our clients that it's better to get legal help rather than doing something on their own. We similarly believe the same, that if we need any help with digital presence, rather than doing it on our own and making tons of mistakes and taking a long time to go ahead, might as well hire someone who's really good at their job and they know exactly what they're doing. So when I did receive the initial email for the boot camp, I was intrigued and I just wanted to check it out. Yes, it was tough taking those 2 days off. But I knew that if I go to it from Thursday onwards, I would have known whether it's something for me or not. And if I did attend the second day, clearly means that I got some value out of it and I wanted to know more.
Fantastic. Because as you know, always a lot of us, right? It's so difficult to get this right knowledge, and we struggle through doing trial and error for 5-10 years doing this. Because one of the reasons why we can't attend these sessions and educate ourselves is because we are busy. We are genuinely busy in running our businesses, right? So that's why I respect those of you who take that time off, to have the courage and the discipline to say, I'm going to block these 2 days to educate myself. Mm-hmm. And so congratulations for doing that. No doubt it was a big step. In hindsight, it's all, we all know it was probably a good decision, or as you say, but at the beginning, it's a tough one. Yeah. The next thing you did, I know, was you attended an advisory session where you got assistance to build your digital strategy. How useful was that to you?
Yeah, look, so when we attended the boot camp for 2 days, there's a lot of useful golden nuggets that you talked about, which is really helpful. But the thing is, not everything can be applicable for every single business. It has to be tailored for depending on where you are, the structure of your business, where you are in terms of your establishment or growth phase. So when I think I spoke with you at that initial phone call, and there's a lot we discussed about you basically instead of telling me everything about marketing, you rather asked me questions, say, okay, tell me about your business, tell me about your clients, why do you think you're good? And it just showed that you wanted to get that information so you can give me tailored advice. And that advice did really help me with sort of help me make the next decision and acquire your services.
Thank you for sharing that, always, because as you mentioned, to get that tailored advice is useful, but also to tailor it to know who your exact ideal customer is, because that's not easy, because often there are so many customers out there that we can go after, because as lots of people say, anyone who pays our bills is our customer. But you decided very clearly your customer was somebody who had a TPD insurance claim. Yeah. And how important was it for you to make that decision?
It was quite important. Now, there is a saying that, look, I can open up a general practice and we can offer all sorts of areas, but I know that we won't be doing justice to our clients. I really want to do the work I know best, and I want to make sure, not about the other areas of law, but the area I practice, I want to make sure that my client does get some help out of it. So I think it was quite important for me to get that clear and have that vision showed throughout my whole digital presence, that look, this is what we're focusing on. This is what our goals are. We don't do everything, but what we do, we're really good at it. And I think that did show across what the website you just showed, or across all our digital presence at the moment.
Fantastic, always, because it's not an easy decision, right? Because what you're doing effectively is you're shutting the door on all these other services that you can offer as a business, that you can offer customers. But although you're shutting the door and you're making trade-offs there, you are really making a huge call and saying, we are the specialist in this area. We are the best in this area. That's where our core competencies lie. And suddenly that focus gives you strength. Is that your experience?
Yeah, look, absolutely. And I think I guess personally for me, that's always was the goal, rather than having a general practice. Whenever I was ready to start my own practice, I always wanted to have focused areas that I know that I can work on. And as you said, it's quite intriguing working in a suburban area. A client might come in with a completely different legal need, which we don't practice predominantly. And you know, it's quite intriguing to take it on just because of managing cash flow. We know we can help this client in that area. But we have limited and restricted ourselves just so we can only focus on this particular work of TPD. And sort of when the client meet us, they know this is exactly what we do. If we do get clients who wants to get help in different areas of law, we don't particularly take it on, but we do pass them on to other lawyers or suggest them what they can do. But generally, yeah, it was difficult at the initial stages, but look, that's going to be always the case. It's never easy to run a practice, is it?
Again, congratulations, always. And for anyone listening, my advice is, as you find your core competence, as opposed to doing everything and anything as a general practitioner, you become a lot more valuable to your customers. As a result of that, you can charge what you deserve. But also as a practitioner, you get a lot stronger, and as a leader, you become a much more effective as a leader. I have seen this as a practice in hundreds of business owners who've done just that. A lot of them have often doubled their revenues. These are not businesses that started yesterday. These are businesses that have been ongoing for 10, 15 years. And it is so important to identify your core competence, as Owais has done and as Owais mentioned to us. Owais, having done your strategy, which we discussed the customer strategy, we discussed your service strategy as a TPD specialist. I remember doing the competitive strategy with you, you know, to see how you can stand apart from your competition, which was, I think, absolutely key. But you had to do another very important decision. You had to make a significant investment if you decided to build this digital infrastructure, so that you got your online presence right, your strategy was absolutely right, and it was embodied on your online branding. Your online branding looks $1 million. Your website looks great. Your social media looks great, and also you had a content strategy that was about absolute empathy of what your customers needed, and you articulated that. Now, to make that decision as a new business owner, or as a not a new business owner, as a fairly young organization, would have been a difficult decision, and it was an absolute courageous decision. How did you make that?
Yeah, look, the decision was definitely tough, because I knew I needed those services just to get the branding and particularly the perception right. And doing it on my own, I knew I wouldn't be able to do it. So I knew I definitely needed help. But as a new establishment, of course, we had a lot of expenses, starting cash flow. There's a few other issues in between. So managing or deciding to pay a large sum to get marketing services was always a question. But look, in the end, we had a discussion with you. Your company is nice enough to provide systematic partial payments, installments in order for us to help out if you want to go ahead with it. And that's what we did. Just because initially the cash flow can be a little bit tough when you're just starting a practice. So look, it was a hard decision, but I knew this would help me in long term. So yes, initial stages, definitely it'll be challenges, but long term, having the right type of clients coming to us, the clients we can help with, and you can provide your expertise to build that up for us, we knew that would be definitely worth taking up on.
Again, thank you for those comments there, always, because I know it's not an easy decision, and again, it takes courage to make those decisions, because I know you already had a website, right? Not only that you had a website, you already had somebody helping you in your digital marketing with your content, right? So yet you realized you needed real professional help to get to that next level of professionalism, so that you can really build that digital infrastructure that is sustainable and that can help you to pivot even in these times. So again, these are not easy decisions to make, but they're courageous decisions, and that's why I wanted to applaud you for that. So well done, always, and it's been an absolute pleasure working with you.
Likewise, Dinesh.
We have, whenever any of our team has meetings with you, they are extremely professional. There's work we have to do, but there's also work you have to do, and that happens. And it is this partnership that is really valued by the people who work with you from our team, and they are more than happy to assist you at any given time, including myself, of course. So thank you for that. Again, I want to wish you all the very best for your business always during these times. You're working hard. You've created a system. Your customers can still contact you during COVID, and where you can help as many customers as possible. So I wish you all the best. Is there anything else you'd like to say in closing?
No, I just want to thank you in return as well. Thank you for all your help at the moment. I really do appreciate it. As you said, for you to help us, we've got to help ourselves. It's a prime example of, you can go to a gym trainer, he might give you a plan. Yes, that will definitely work, but if you don't implement it, there's no point following that plan. So it's exactly the same thing, and we completely understand that, and because we deal with client face as well. So we know how that works. And look, as I say, we're working together. It's more about being a team working together rather than working separately. So your team has been great so far. Everything that I have requested or made changes to, and look, there might have been quite a few times I've requested, but they've definitely came back and listened to me what I wanted. So I really did appreciate your help so far, especially you with your advisory sessions as well, Dinesh. I really do thank you. And that's Stripe Chain.
Always, it's been a pleasure. All the very best to you. Enjoyed this interview. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for TPD insurance specialist at that, Shaheen Legal is the company. Always, do you want to tell us your telephone number and your website people can contact you on?
Yeah, sure. So we're a suburban law firm by the name Shaheen Legal. I'm the principal director of this firm. We do quite a few matters dealing with TPD matters, total and permanent disability. If you do want to reach out to us or have any query, or just even want to have a talk about your case, more than happy to take a phone call. You can call us on 0298545552, or you can drop us an email on info@shaheen.com.au. So you can do the same through our website. You can contact us.
Fabulous. Always great having you. Have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you for your time. Thanks. Bye.